Health Organization has now declared a global health emergency. A hospital has confirmed the first case of person-to-person transmission in the U.S. The illness is blamed for more than 200 deaths in China, and the State Department now recommends no travel to that country. Nearly 10,000 cases are reported worldwide, including 6 in the U.S. Our lead national correspondent, David Begnaud, is in Loma Linda, California, at a hospital where doctors are ready to treat people evacuated from China this week. David, what are you learning?
Well, this is Loma Linda University Medical Center, and this is the emergency room entrance, but look what's right across from it. This tent that has been set up, they are using it. They've used it in the past for flu patients, but now they're using it to determine if someone might have the coronavirus. Once you come inside, you have the bed here, you've got some cots, just a triage area. And of course, the first thing they do is they check your temperature. Standard protocol if you're determining whether or not someone has coronavirus. Listen, this is the area where within the last 48 hours you had more than 100 Americans come via plane from Wuhan, China. They arrived here, and hospital officials said because they are here, let's mobilize our tent and prepare it just in case.
Anything that's in here that you breathe out will go out, and then fresh air comes in so that things aren't being exposed to the outside. If we didn't have the plane that came in, the reality is actually incredibly low that we'd actually have to use it.
This hospital is 11 miles away from March Air Reserve Base. That's where 195 Americans were flown back from Wuhan, China. They arrived here about 48 hours ago. They were asked to stay on the base for 72 hours. They're being monitored for symptoms. Ian Thompson is one of them.
This is behind me here is facilities where we all stay. And then if you turn around this way, you can see there's the mobile facility over there.
I interviewed Thompson via Skype from outside the airbase. We couldn't get in, and he is abiding by requests from the local health department not to leave. Someone did try to leave yesterday, but was then told they could not leave, and a quarantine order was issued. Thompson, who lives in Michigan, says he's anxious to get home. You've been willing to keep in touch with us and update us. Other people aren't ready to talk. Do you know why?
They may be scared that their local area is probably going to get some negative feedback when they get back.
The first human-to-human transmission of the coronavirus in the United States has been confirmed in Illinois. It involves a husband and wife. The 60-year-old woman traveled to Wuhan last month. Her husband did not.
Public health officials are investigating locations where this second patient has visited in the last 2 weeks and any close contacts who were possibly exposed.
Worldwide, the number of cases is growing. The World Health Organization's declaration of a global health emergency comes as more than 20 countries are fighting coronavirus within their borders.
Our greatest concern is the potential for the virus to spread to countries with weaker health systems and which are ill-prepared to deal with it.
Don't panic. That's essentially what the CDC said yesterday. I was on their call with a lot of other media members. They sounded clear, but they were calm in saying, listen, there will be more cases of the coronavirus. We expect it, but we're ready to deal with it. Jerika, the number one thing they said that everyone should know is, as of right now, the federal government does not believe that Americans need to wear masks when they go out in public. Not as of now.
All right, David Begnaud, thank you so much.
With the death toll exceeding 200. Kim Mo-Gyeon brings us the updates.
China's National Health Commission announced that as of Friday, the total number of deaths caused by the virus had reached at least 213, and that more than 9,700 people have been tested positive for it. It was an increase from the previous day of at least 43 deaths and nearly 2,000 new infections, the most of either figure yet recorded in a single day. Cases have been reported in all parts of China, but Hubei province, the epicenter of the outbreak, had by far the highest number of deaths as of Friday at 204. Outside of China, more than 130 confirmed cases of the coronavirus have been reported in more than 20 countries and territories, but no deaths have been reported so far. Nearby Hong Kong has confirmed 10 cases so far, with all the patients reported to have spent time in Wuhan. Hong Kong temporarily closed some of its borders with China and stopped issuing travel permits to mainland tourists. Macau has also confirmed at least 7 cases, leading to an entry ban on non-residents who've been to Hubei in the past 2 weeks. Japan saw an additional 3 confirmed cases on Thursday, raising the total figure to 14 and making it, along with Thailand, the country with the second highest number of infections. Prime Minister Shinzo Abe announced that foreign visitors confirmed to be infected will be barred from entry to its territory. The United States, meanwhile, confirmed on Thursday local time its first incident of human-to-human transmission, bringing the total number of infected to 6. That patient is the husband of an infected woman who had traveled to China. France, which was the first country in Europe to confirm an infection, also reported its 6th case on Thursday. The UK saw its first report of confirmed patients on Friday. 2 people have tested positive for the coronavirus. The 2 are said to be members of the same family and are receiving special government medical care. Meanwhile, China's foreign ministry announced plans to send charter planes to bring back Hubei residents staying overseas, many of whom find themselves stranded. The ministry explained that the move is aimed at easing difficulties for them. Reports show that some 100,000 Chinese nationals from Wuhan headed overseas in the past month. Kim Mo-kyan, Arirang News.
The coronavirus spreading further, now the World Health Organization has taken a strong stance.
The emergency committee almost unanimously concluded the novel coronavirus outbreak is a public health emergency of international concern.
That's because of an increasing number of cases of person-to-person transmission outside China, like in the US Midwestern city of Chicago. There, doctors are reporting the country's first case of one person infecting another with a virus on American soil.